The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to another episode of You Got 15 Minutes. Yes. We're here tonight for our Turkentine 2020 special. And this is our ode to Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, whatever you want to call it. My name is Jocelyn, a.k.a. JGreen.
And I'm G.
GG, as so called, the official GG.
Official, or
unofficial, the unofficial GG.
Official, all that. Whatever. I'll answer to anything that isn't like Gibron.
Right.
As long as it's not that, I'll answer to
that's
it.
That's me with
throwback
anything.
to when people used to call me gibberish. Woo, y'all know who you are.
Gibberish.
Ooh, that's throwback. Anyways.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
As they say.
Pretty much.
But anyway, so we're here for another episode. If you did not watch our last episode, yes, shame on you first of all, but it's not too late. You can still watch. We did go live from Facebook. So if you don't follow us on Facebook already, go like our page on Facebook. You Got 15 Minutes, and follow us on Instagram as well. The information will be posted at the end of the show, but guys can watch our last episode, which we went over the election results. It was on November 4th.
But we didn't really have results quite yet at the time because we didn't have a president for like 3 days later.
The results thus far at that time. But, so if you guys didn't watch that, which if you don't know or if you've been under a rock anywhere, Biden won the election. Yes. Yes. No more Orange Man.
Yay, Cheetos out. No more Cheeto. Woo.
But honestly, like, I'm still kind of a little scared. Like, I'm just kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. If it's just kind of like smoke and mirrors, and then it's just going to be like, everything they said Trump was going to do, he'll do it too. You know? Like, not per se, but, you know, like, just whatever, some other random crazy liberal thing to do, you know? But I
feel like if anything's better than the Cheeto. So, you know what I mean? So I'm not really scared. I'm more so just kind of like excited for something different and excited for just like, I'm excited because everyone else is so excited for the change. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so tired of it. I remember when he won in 2016. Remember that day? We worked together that day and had to deal with all the sad people. And to see the reverse is just like, I can't help but be excited. So,
and it was crazy how everybody was just like sad, and the tone
of the whole day was just. But what's crazy is that he lost and the Trumpers still celebrated like he didn't lose. They had like marches and like more rallies.
And there were people out here too. That's what shocked me as well. They had like, people that were like in Beverly Hills marching, and I'm like,
who?
They had full on.
I don't get it.
Banners, everything. Woo-hoo-hoo.
I've never seen we lost rallies before. And like, yay, we lost marathon. Because that's essentially what you were doing, whether or not you're going to acknowledge that your president lost the race by a landslide. Like by a lot. So... but okay, 2020, you're something else, you know? So
but I think for me, it's a little bit of the scare is because of the change and COVID. I think it's like the whole, like, we don't know what's going to happen anyway. And then now there's a new president. So it's kind of like, okay, hopefully it is a good opportunity for things to make a difference. But it's like, it's very critical too. Like, it can just go left and then...
But I don't know if you know that Trump didn't even talk to the Corona Task Force for like over a month. So I don't even think he was worried about what was going to happen between now and if we got a new president. So, I mean,
No.
I'm not scared. That's why I'm not scared, because I'm like the guy that's talking about doing more versus the guy who hasn't done anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, just for me, as far as like what's going to happen with COVID, and then it's like, okay, now there's no more Trump. And then I'm happy that like the aftermath or backlash that they were like preparing for, whatever, wasn't really, it wasn't existent, at least for me, and whatever they put on the media, maybe in like other little small towns, other places, maybe. I won't say it didn't happen anywhere, but I'm happy that it didn't become a thing. Yeah. And it wasn't really something that they like publicized and like really pushed for people to like be out there, or, oh, we have a group of people at such and such intersection, so they're not promoting like people gathering and doing that kind of stuff. Because I feel like at this point, still people have in quarantine, and some people are back at work. People still got time, and they'll still be out there. Absolutely. And there's still the people that mean well, and the people that don't mean well. Yeah. So I feel like you end up seeing a little bit of both. Yeah. But, you kind of get the best of both worlds. But
I don't know about the best of both.
Well, no, yeah, not right. That was said very loosely, right? Very, very.
Nonetheless, I think people are more excited to see something new versus anything that has to do with the Cheeto. So I'm excited for
anti-orange man.
Yeah, anti-orange. So.
Yeah, at this point, I was like, it could be anyone, I think, and people would be happy.
I would have voted for this 7-Eleven water bottle. I would have voted for this LG phone. I would have voted for this cheap-ass iPad cover. I would have voted for this clock if the clock was on the ballot. One thing I wasn't voting for, though, was Kanye. But I would have voted for I would have voted for my Chucks. I would have voted for a turd before I voted for Trump. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
it's real
out here. It's so real, and everybody can say what they want to say, but I'm not going to vote for him. And then we're not going to go backwards, because I'm not going to talk about all the non-voters. Let's move forward.
Okay,
right. I'm going to totally go back into it.
Okay.
I'm totally going to go.
Well, Biden ended up winning with the Electoral College with 290 to Trump's, what was it, 232, I believe? Yes, it was 232. So it was crazy how it all came down to like the swing states in the elections and the states that flipped, and the big, like, the discrepancies now with the mail and ballots and people sending in ballots, or you can vote in person. I don't really know what the numbers were for how many people voted by mail compared to the people that actually went to a polling place. But the numbers that came out, I think it's like amazing that those the states that's flipped are now, because just how quick it seemed like the orange man became president, Trump became president. It was like it flipped.
They blew.
Back,
it went blue,
and it was like, oh my gosh! And I think for the first time, if people didn't understand the Electoral College after Trump won, I think they for sure put it together or figured out some kind of thing to make it make sense, to where it was like this time it wasn't like, what's happening? How did that happen? Yeah. This is not what we wanted, So it was more like, okay, it worked, like how people have criticism against like, okay, the Electoral College doesn't work, or how the anti-voting people say, okay, well, why does my vote matter if the Electoral College is going to, trump all of that, or not Trump, but.
Dun, no, she didn't. Dun, dun, dun.
But here all night, folks. Well, actually till 8:30. I mean, 8 o'clock.
She wants to stick around longer. I feel like people, even though they may not have understood, like you said about the Electoral College, I feel like now, because we know that the Electoral College is what really makes the election, and that's how Trump got in here in the first place. Now the Trumpers that lost know that, like you said, they're aware that the Electoral College works, so that's why they're claiming it's fraud. Now, because they lost, they're just being sore losers and saying, oh, well, okay, yeah, the Electoral College, that's legit, all that, but you're counting votes that don't count. Once I won, why are you still counting? Like, they don't understand. Suddenly, they lost, like, how the logic works with a democracy and how votes work. That, like, once you reach a certain number, you don't just stop. Mm-hmm. So I feel like now they don't have anything else to do. So now they're like, well, it can't be. The Electoral College has to be wrong. Something had to be wrong because it worked to get you in office, but to get him out, it's not working.
Right.
So it's just one big dumpster fire of a shit show because...
So did you hear about how Michigan recently just certified their votes?
Because they'd still been counting?
Well, apparently there was a whole group. Apparently there was discrepancies between the amount of registered voters and the amount of ballots counted. Uh-huh. So they were saying that they wanted to null and void all of those votes. Uh-huh. But ironically, all of the places that they wanted to null and void these votes were like minority black areas, like predominantly. So they felt like they were trying to, like, the pro-Trumpers were pushing for null and void the votes. Because then they're like, nah, they were pushing for it, like, along, like, nah, it's a conspiracy, something's going wrong. Because they said, oh, well, don't certify them. Because I guess they gridlocked at 2-2. Because there's 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats on that board that vote for it. And they were gridlocked at 2-2. But apparently they made a unanimous vote on Tuesday to actually certify the votes. So they let the votes count, even though there were apparent discrepancies in the numbers. But I guess just because for the sake of everyone's vote counting and making it something, that they just went ahead and did it. But they were saying that Trump's it was voting fraud, pretty much.
That's what Trump thinks. Well, Trump thinks everywhere.
Well, no, but that was a pro-Trump side view, that they were intentionally trying to use those votes to swing the vote against Trump.
But at the end of the day, he still would have won Michigan if those votes didn't get... I mean, he still would have won, even if we nullified Michigan as a whole. Biden still would have won.
Right. But that's why, too. But then they were saying that they were pushing for that, too, just because of where the votes were. And they knew that they would be more likely Democratic votes. So it was like a bit like two-sided, like they were trying to say, okay, well, they're trying to limit these people that are voting just because of discrepancies. But it's like, how many places
they do that everywhere? They're doing that everywhere. Exactly. It's just another form of voter oppression or voter suppression. And you know what I'm saying? It's just another way of doing that. So I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I'm just glad that it worked out and that the votes ended up counting. But at the end of the day, Michigan, whether you guys did some fraudulent shit or not, Biden is still president. So you know what I'm saying? Trump wanted to keep voting just because he's a sore loser. Right. I mean, he wanted to keep counting the votes because he's a sore loser. He's like one of like very few presidents that didn't concede and doesn't have the decency to just be like, yeah, okay, bro, I lost. Instead, he goes on camera and says, oh, well, I'm not going to shut down this administration's not going to shut down the country, but I can't say what's going to happen for another administration. Oh, so is that you admitting that you lost? That's your, because you're such a little man that you can't even say. I just think he's ridiculous. I think I can't hit him and all his antics and all the Trumpers. And I saw the best thing today because, I get on my Karen videos. Right. Let me talk about it. So I heard the best one today where this guy was talking to some liberal reporter. And he was like, the guy was saying, do your own research and, we can't have faulty votes, don't count, blah, blah, all this other shit. And then this other, he's the total embodiment of, a Trumper. He's, a hick-looking guy. No offense to anybody in the country, but he's what y'all look like. He's a hick-looking guy, and he's, fucking just looks like I don't know. It was so frustrating to watch. And he's like, we're not stupid. We're not. Donald J. Trump is a genius. That's what the J stands for.
No.
I cannot make this shit up. I cannot, and I can't quote who I got it from because I don't remember. But when he said, and he ran off camera that's my last final quote, y'all. We not stupid. I was like, you guys.
That's what the J stands for.
That's what the J stands for.
That's what the J in my name stands for.
For genius?
Yeah.
I thought it was for Joycelyn. But
no, the G in my last name stands for Joycelyn.
I thought it stands for Gina. Hello. But yeah, I can't with the Trumpers that they're making things that don't make sense in their own little realities, and they're living.
That's the best part of it all.
They're living in their own little
alternate reality of bubble. The fact that did you just say that and you think this is like cool? And I
saw this other woman who had her whole family. I thought she was Candace Owens for a moment. You know who Candace Owens is? She's the black Trumper girl that went at it with T.I. at the Teen Summit thing. Gotcha. I hate her life too. And I thought she was her, but then I realized she hasn't procreated and made any children yet. So I don't think that's...
Do you want to back explain?
No, I don't.
Situation or who she is?
No. Okay. Look her up. Google Candace Owens. If you don't know by now and you voted and you don't know who Candace Owens is and you didn't hear the conversation between her and T.I.
Right.
Go look it up.
Where she became popular.
I gave you where to find it. Mm-hmm. So... this woman is at a Trump rally and she's a Trumper. She's looks like Candace Owens, and she's got this stroller full with the hair and everything. I thought it was her, just like an older version of her. Mm-hmm. Anyway, she had a stroller with all these Trump signs in it that I feel like she either was like collecting or going to put somewhere, whatever. And she's in the middle of like the Black Lives Matter people though. So she's like running through them with this giant stroller with two kids that are probably like 11, 12.
There's children?
Well, she has a stroller and she's pushing it and she's got a loudspeaker and she's screaming at the Black Lives Matter people saying, see what you're doing? Get away from me. I have my children. And then she starts getting into it with some guy with a flag. And then one of her daughters, they're probably like 11 or 12. Mm-hmm. The girls look about the same size. They're like, not that little, you know? Mm-hmm. And the girl, long story short, one of the little girls gets like trampled because she's like behind this guy that's getting pushed by a Black Lives Matter guy because they started like tussling. And she got pushed and like pinned in between a little like makeshift pair of stairs for like a stage and this big ass dude and she falls and like kind of like it looks like her leg is broken, so the mom comes over there tripping out, freaking out on everybody, and all these Black Lives Matter people are like, but you're out here with a megaphone antagonizing people, right, and you brought your kids out here because she's like, my children, and then to top it off, I told you she was pushing a stroller, but I also told you these girls were big. She had a small baby in the back. You know, when you push the stroller, they can sit like right here. He was little. He was like 5, younger than 5. And he's inside the stroller, like looking around. You know what I'm saying? And these people are fighting all around. And so then some of the Black Lives Matter people are trying to stand around on some like, she's got hella kids. Like, leave her alone. But then the other people are like, yeah, no, you're not finna come out here and talk all your shit with a megaphone.
You finna get all the smoke.
And you finna get all the smoke. And you think that people aren't going to say anything to you, but you're bringing it on yourself. One, why are you bringing children to rallies that you know are going to get violent? Mm-hmm. Why do you want to expose your kids to that? I have questions. Like, you don't see that shit happening at the Biden rallies. Nobody's taking their kids and getting violent.
Period.
So, I mean, it's just like, it's not Disneyland. That's not something, if you're, and I'm not saying don't take your kids to political events. I'm saying if you're going to walk around with a fucking megaphone and you're going to have signs and you're going to do all that extra shit, which you have the right to do. Why are you doing that with your kids? You're like inciting shit to happen by walking around with a megaphone.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You're just calling attention to yourself. You're asking for trouble, in my opinion. Like, people can say, I have the right to walk around. You
absolutely do.
There's whatever those people that can say that, but I don't care. You're annoying, because if you came by me with that shit, get out of my ear. Get out of my area.
Whether it's Biden or Trump, I don't want to hear megaphones.
Do what you want to do. Take it that way. Megaphone, whoever. I don't care. Go elsewhere.
Yeah. That's too much.
And you have your children, like
and
you
your
said,
kids.
Why do you have your kids there? And you're trying to be antagonistic, and
then you're acting like a Karen and acting like something's wrong when you're the one inciting all the shit.
She's a black Karen.
I don't know. If you've been to a rally, I want to hear. If you've been not to a Trump rally, but if you went to stuff downtown or you've witnessed anything, or you're one of those people who likes to videotape stuff, call us. Let us know how you feel, how it went for you. 323-815-4204. Because that's ridiculous. I mean, like I said, bring your kids to the rallies if you want to. I know when I was little, my dad worked on somebody's campaign, and I was little enough that I was running under the tables and like doing little kid shit, and there was no violence though. I was just in an office, and they were like stuffing those mailers and like making the phone calls and all that. So it was like for some councilman or something, and like I remember doing that, and it was fun, and I never forgot it. But like there weren't fights. And my dad never took me to anything that was like, oh, there's a rally and people are fighting. Yeah. So, you know, I feel like that's a bit much. But, like, I don't know. I want to know how people feel about taking their kids to political events. Right. Especially small kids that really don't understand what's going on. A teenager's different because teenagers have to learn about government and learn all this stuff in school. And you know what I'm saying? But, like, little kids.
And sometimes teenagers just want to go. They're like, I want to come.
Yeah, and now teenagers are kind of like they want to learn early, so that by the time they're 18 and they can vote, they know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, or if you were out there protesting too, I know there were a lot of people that were out there protesting, and I feel like this was like the time. And I don't know if it was the mixture of people being tired of being in the house and like having the time, space, and opportunity. But I feel like this was like the year of people protesting and like speaking their mind. And I like the internet was alive. Like in the beginning of quarantine, to me, it was like the internet was like everything. Everybody was like, you know, on lives and doing this, and people are like trying to figure out how to make life make sense. Yeah. And just like figuring out how to do basic stuff. Yeah. Like, how not to go crazy with my kids in the house. Like, people are Googling all kinds of random stuff just not to, like, and then to turn to Google. It's like, Google's helping them get through
Google has become life because we can't go anywhere. You can't go to school. So the internet has become, you know, the college. You get my degree from YouTube.
Exactly. So, you know? But that's why I'm even more scared now for, the holiday season in quarantine, because
it's just going to be a bunch of people buying stuff and sending it and people opening it online.
Mailing it.
Yeah, it's going to be like Zoom Christmas, just like everything else was this year. Just like Zoom Thanksgiving. Right. I mean, Zoom holidays and Zoom dates. People were, did you see that couple that was dating from like 2 buildings away? They would like sit on the roof. Yeah, they sat on the roof and like ate dinner, like somewhere in New York or something where they do cool shit like that. It wasn't here. Pretty sure it wasn't here. I'm like 99% sure it wasn't here.
Access in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we can't get on the roof. Meanwhile, the place with the highest sky buildings where they live on top of each other, they like be on the roof with whole gardens.
They're like, nah, they don't want to jump off of it.
They just want to sit up there and sunbathe because there's no ocean. But yeah, it's going to be a bunch of people asking you, what do you want for Christmas? Ordering it for you on Amazon. It arriving before Christmas. And then them going, okay, Mom, I'm finna open this.
Right.
That's all it's going to be. Hey, and it's going to be, but the one thing that I think is cool about that, kind of, in like a, how can you make this positive, is that you're going to have it all documented. Whereas past Christmases, if you had to open a gift with your grandma across the coast, you just had to sit on the phone and you don't get to see her face. And you don't, you know what I mean? Unless somebody filmed it and then you watch it whenever you go see grandma across country. But now it's like, it's going to instantly be like documented because you know whoever's filming it is going to be recording it. It's not just going to be like, oh, we're watching it live. Like, especially if it's something important and it's people that you normally spend the holidays with that you're not able to get to, they're going to be filming it. So now you're going to have forever at least it's on camera. At least you can like relive it and go watch it again. You know what I mean? And it's just going to be a bunch of that for the next like couple of years. Cause I don't think anything is going to change next year. If anything, I think it's just going to be, they're going to have more strict thing. Like it's going to be more put together because we went through like 6 months of not really knowing what to do in the quarantine and just kind of like stay your ass at the house and wash your hands. And now it's like, okay, go outside with a mask. Only so many people can go inside. It's 25% capacity. This is not open. So now we're getting used to the rules. And next year, they're just going to enforce the shit out of them. And it's just going to be like, so no, I can kick you out officially. I can call the police. You don't want to wear your mask. You don't, like, go. There's not going to be all this like, oh, you're going to be on the internet. It's going to be like, nah. There's going to be cops everywhere ready. It's like how
spitting became like a misdemeanor or something, isn't it now because of Corona?
It's battery. Well, is it a misdemeanor now? It's always been a battery charge. If someone spits on you, you have the right to punch their ass out. It's because that's
I think they moved it up, or maybe they just made it more severe.
No, it's because if we're in a pandemic or we're in something that
contagion.
And you're spitting on somebody, that's like I forgot what the word is, but it's because we're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything changed. I think it's just that was already there. We just never utilized that law or whatever because
clause, the fine print.
Weren't. But I'm pretty. It's kind of the same thing. Like if you have AIDS and you're knowingly going around spreading it to people, I think it's the same. It falls along the same lines of that. Of like you're knowingly spreading some shit that's gonna harm people. It's not like an STD. Oops, I got herpes.
But isn't even if you just spit in general?
No, if you spit on somebody in general, I can legally punch you out. If you spit on me during a pandemic, now it's like a misdemeanor because we're in a pandemic.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I'm saying. Like, just regular spit.
I
don't have to know spit. I have COVID to spit.
I can still punch you. Yeah, regardless. If you spit on me, I'm punching you.
You can still get punched.
And you know what's crazy is I'm a spitter. I spit on cars. Don't cut me off. I'm a pedestrian. I don't care what state I'm in. I have the right of way. You have a whole vehicle.
Look.
If I'm not breaking the law, though, if I'm like crossing the street and you do some weak shit and you just want to be like a dick in the car, all in your shit. Sorry, it's going down. I don't care.
She went that way. She spit on me.
So what? It hit your car. It didn't hit you. Come fight me. For real. Come fight me because I spit on your window. I don't care. Don't cut me off. Sorry. Anyways, tangent. Let me
walk.
Man, I feel like pedestrians don't get no respect. And I've been a pedestrian and a driver. We don't get no respect as pedestrians. Oh, here, okay?
The pedestrians.
All of them.
The pedestrians. No.
Just because we walking. We're saving the earth. We're not emitting stuff. Except for breath.
But so I think the whole Zoom thing, a little bit of the internet with the whole holidays thing, I think is good. Like this past summer, which you already know, we typically have my family reunion, but this year we did a Zoom conference with everyone. I wasn't able to get on. They did it just like they do the regular Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule. We usually have events every day for the weekend. So they did do it. I was only able to be on there on Sunday, so I didn't see everyone that was on there, but I did see some people. But what I liked about it was that some of the younger people got in older people that typically maybe wouldn't have even been able to make it or travel, or people that typically wouldn't even be able to use the internet or get it together, which I'm happy the internet too is easy enough now that older people can stay in touch with their grandkids and like watch them open presents and do stuff like that and like FaceTime and all that cool stuff. So it was really nice because there were a lot of us on there. Like it was over like 50 people, maybe 60 people. Yeah. So I think it was a good thing, which I said, I'm like, oh, we should like put this in some way for people to, you know, keep in touch while we're doing it, you know, just so they can feel like they're there as well, which I think is a good thing. So I feel like on some ways for the people that is enough, but some people like to see people, you know, they want to touch, eat together, like do all that kind of stuff. So I feel like now that's going to be different, but I think people are getting used to COVID life.
People already know this is how it's going to be. Like they're already used to it. So now people are already pre-planning of like, I'm going to have to do Zoom. I'm going to be at home. I'm going to cook for me and you. Because ain't nobody coming over. So, you know, it's just going to change. Everything is just going to be smaller groups and people just doing a lot of internet. And probably just less shopping and because you have less people to cook for. So it's gonna be interesting to see how people feel after the holidays and how many people really have the holiday spirit. Because they might not be in contact with their people that they're normally with, you know? So I know I'm probably just going to be at home because my dad doesn't want to do anything. Yeah. And my mom doesn't want to do anything. Everybody just wants to stay where they're at because of COVID. So yeah, I know that might just be like another day. Christmas, by the time Christmas comes, I feel like it's just going to get worse and we're probably going to be locked down. So I'm not even worried about Christmas. I feel like LA is going to go back on another lockdown.
Because it's been the rumors about them increasing it or like.
That we're going on another lockdown.
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
Well, they're cutting back the businesses also. But it was like as of yesterday or something like that. Yeah. So. I just remember the streets were empty. Yeah. And it was like a movie.
Yeah, and it's going to be all over again. Because they're going to just put us on lockdown. They're going to be like, you guys can't leave. You guys are... I
can't do it.
It's because everybody keeps trying to go to Vegas. Everybody wants to travel, and everybody wants to go to the beach.
If you can't sit at home, at least sit in the same county. Stay in the same state. Stop
trying to go places. Hopping. This is why we're not having a Christmas and like a Thanksgiving. Because you guys won't stay home.
What show ever?
Sheesh. I want to talk to the people that did travel. Did you go somewhere already? Call us and tell us, because I want to let you know that you suck. The number is posted below.
Posted.
323-815-4204. Let me know where you went, because did you bring Corona back? Were you cautious? Were you scared? Because I know I went to Texas in June. We went to Texas in June. And we were scared in June. I went to Chicago in February, and I was scared in February. But I was the only person wearing a mask in February. My daddy was like, nah, wear a mask wherever you go. And so I was the only person wearing a mask, but I was still kind of like, Yeah. So between June and now, I haven't gone anywhere. But I know people that frequent Vegas, people that are frequenting Georgia, people that are frequenting other places. And I just feel like, come on, man. And then you're going to these places and you guys aren't wearing masks.
Not wearing masks and going out in crowds and doing stuff and acting like it's not happening.
Yeah, so now Thanksgiving is going to be locked down. We're not going to be able to do all the regular stuff that we wanted to do because the numbers just keep spiking.
The regular anything. You know? Can't even go see a movie.
Can't do anything. You can't go bowling. You can't do anything. And now we're not going to be able to eat. That's all I can think about. We're not going to be able to eat. We're going to have to only Cyber Monday and Small Business Saturday. We're not going to be able to go like line up for the deals, even though I don't do that. But I know there's people that wait all year round.
I might do a Cyber Monday this year.
Maybe, but
because, you know,
I'm not doing none of that. I don't want to spend any money on anything. I don't want to go. I don't want to stand in line.
I'm not standing in line.
I'm not standing in line, and I'm not waiting on the internet to click my cart and like just have to keep clicking my cart hoping that I get the items.
I don't want to do that.
I'm not doing that.
But some of them, a lot of places are starting their deals early.
Yep.
And they're trying to get all those because they know people are like, yeah, I'm not going to do all that. And they don't want to be around all those crowds. So they're like, okay, I'm going to wait it out and get it later on or get it early. Or I feel like what people are going to do is buy, like if people never did it before and planned earlier, they're going to get their Christmas gifts now and then chill looking towards the lockdown and not being able to do nothing. Because then imagine Christmas shopping in the lockdown. That's like back in the day when Tickle Me Elmo came out.
Or Nintendo 64 or whatever. No, GameCube.
Furbies and
all that. And the, what was it? The Tiggers that used to jump.
Yes,
everybody
the bouncing
went
Tigger.
Nuts. I had one.
You had one?
Yeah, I had one. Definitely had one. I don't know who stood in line and got it for me, but I had one.
See, look, right.
And my cousin definitely had it.
Known facts.
My cousin definitely had Tickle Me Elmo because she was obsessed with Elmo. So we had all that shit. But I don't know who stood in line and did that. Maybe she made my cousin do it. I don't know. To be honest. But I don't know. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all this, I feel like it's either... Think about the people that thought they were going to have to cook this year and how relieved
they're like,
they are.
Don't come over to my house.
Or the people that whose mama last year was like, so you know you cooking next year. And now it's like, no, I'm not.
Got him.
We going to Honey Baked.
If that.
Well, I mean, then you can just buy it because you can buy a whole meal. Yeah. You don't have to do anything. Just buy it.
Yeah.
That's going to be...
They got sides and everything now in Honey Baked.
They been had sides, girl.
See, I know.
You don't know nothing about Honey Baked. I was like, don't even start. They been had everything. You can buy your whole meal there.
Hams.
You can buy everything. They have the best cheese. Oh my God.
That's my daddy's thing. He's the ham man, okay?
That's my grandfather.
He gets the ham.
He would get the ham because he didn't like turkey. So he'd be like, yeah, every holiday, it's a slab of ham.
My daddy just makes sure he gets his Honey Baked ham. Period. Poo. It's about that time, too. He's probably going to have one slid in there pretty soon. And it will stay that way until... Low-key, we get multiple Honey Baked hams.
Think about all the turkeys that probably are going to get wasted.
They might get turned into like ground turkey meat or something else, but I think a lot of them are purposed just for
Thanksgiving.
The whole turkey setup. Which I wonder how much food is going to go to waste. Period. Because
there's already been food going to waste.
Stupid food. I seen this video. They had billions. Like 1 billion pounds of potatoes that they had to bury.
And eggs too, and milk, all kinds of stuff.
what?
Because they can't transport it where it could go to be eaten in a quick enough time. The companies who so if it's like an egg company, they only have so many, only so much storage. They only have so many places it can go to locally before their fridges are full. And then they only have so many places that it can get to before it spoils. So it's just a bunch of food getting wasted and over. It's really sad. It's really sad.
I didn't really get that. Well, I mean, I got it, but when it became real and it's like, because food's getting wasted every year, it's just not my issue. So it's not like I'm losing sleep over the lost potatoes. But it's like when I saw them on this like mountain of potatoes, and then they were like, it looked like when they dig holes to build casinos, but they were burying potatoes. Yeah. And it's like, and then there's people in umpteen countries starving.
Right, and we can't give them that food because we have no way to get it there. It takes a day to get to the other side of the world, so that's not going to work. It's just sad. It's sad that you start to think about all the food that gets wasted because we're close to the holidays and because it's Thanksgiving and because it's Christmas time and all those people
COVID.
All those people that need to eat and don't get to eat a turkey that could potentially maybe get a turkey but now probably can't because it's COVID. So I don't know. It's sad. It's, it's becoming the new normal. Just having to realize that the value of things and how people don't have access to stuff. And, I think it's sad, but I think it's going to wake up a lot of people. So maybe things will start changing for, the future. Maybe.
Quarantine cookbook.
Maybe. Yeah.
Wait on it. People are going to be like, it's going to be like how they had, the depression foods, like when they had canned stuff and, everything like evaporated milk, certain things that you're not going to be able to get, or like how you couldn't get eggs, or eggs were like $7-8 a dozen. And now it's like, okay, now it's gone back down. Now they have more than enough eggs. Like you said, can't get it somewhere, can't do anything. So I wonder how that's going to be different for Thanksgiving shopping and the cooking.
Yeah, there's not going to be... There's going to be less stuff on the shelves, less stuff on the plate. I mean, we already know how it's going to play out low-key.
Right.
It's not a mystery. It's more just like, oh, we have to deal with it. It's more like, this is what it is, and now it's what it is. Yeah. Where there's going to be less people eating together, less people buying stuff, and it's going to be just more about, okay, we're here and we survived Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, we got through it, and now it's Christmas, and now we're just going to have to do Christmas the same way. It's like Thanksgiving is like the however people I feel like deal with Thanksgiving, it's how they're going to deal with Christmas.
It's going to be their precursor, if not worse.
Yeah, so it's just going to be, another like lonely year, I feel like. It's just going to be another social experiment. That's all this is.
A deeper social experiment.
I mean, but some people celebrate Thanksgiving in different ways anyway, so it might not even be that big a change for some people, because some people don't go see their family. They have Friendsgiving. Yes. Some people do other stuff where they don't necessarily want to be with their family. It's just another day. So, I mean, some people I feel like aren't even really affected by it.
Yeah, some people work. Some people go treat themselves to dinner, or go to dinner with a friend, eat out. Some people, I know that's their tradition. Like, they just eat out every Thanksgiving and maybe go see a movie or do something like that, which I'm like, to each his own. I don't know. My family, we always did, I guess, like an intimate Thanksgiving. It was just my immediate family, mom, dad, brothers and sisters, maybe my grandma back in the day when she was here. And that was it, other than maybe like, an unexpected guest or somebody does like a pop-up or something like that. But for the most part, we always did that. Other than that, we had our honey baked ham. We always had our turkey. Now, my mom won't even make a whole turkey. Right. Because it's like, ain't nobody finna eat all that turkey. Then it was like, we having turkey soup, turkey sandwiches, everything. Oh, y'all gonna eat this turkey. This turkey's gonna get eaten. So, but for us, we didn't really have too many, like, other than the food itself as like the traditions, the standard stuff we would eat. We didn't do any, like, specific, like, a movie, or like, how people do certain little crafty things for Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know. Or like decorating. I guess we used to decorate, but now, or as we got older, it was kind of just like, now it's just like Thanksgiving, rah, rah, rah. We'll like clink and we'll go do our thing, So now it's kind of, broadened out a little bit. So I think it is now it's going to just be different. Like,
your Thanksgiving is going to be different? Or are you guys going to be there with each other?
We'll be there, but I still feel like it's going to be different because it's just not as holiday season-esque as, you know, because I know, generally speaking, I know my mom ain't going to be waiting in no COVID Thanksgiving line, so I already know.
Well, I think we have a caller on the line.
Yes.
Who goes there? Caller?
What's going on? This is Mike. What's happening, y'all?
What up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
I don't know if you guys caught our last episode. Mike was here. That's right. So welcome back, friend.
I feel like I never left.
I know, right?
Is that just me?
We got a seat right here for you. We can sit you right here.
We might have to come bring you back in here. One time for the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, let me know when I'm there, guys.
Of course.
Hey, so, okay, what we got? Okay, so Thanksgiving. I wanted to put in my 2 cents on that.
Put it in.
I don't call it celebrating Thanksgiving.
Oh, dun dun dun! Here we go.
Right? It's just because, like,
it was a genocide.
You feel me?
Right.
It was a genocide.
Like, I don't say I'm not the happy Thanksgiving type of person. I'm more like, I'm going to find an excuse to go see some family and go eat some real good food and then go home with a couple Tupperware as a must when I go.
So
or a big ass quart size, I'm gonna know the big ass gallon size Ziploc. So just like throw it all in the bag.
I go to Target and I literally buy
a
case of Tupperware
specifically
per house.
No, not per house.
And then on top of that, I'll make my plate for home first.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go make my plate.
That's what you do.
What I'm gonna do.
That's black people.
That's the cardinal rule.
That's the cardinal rule for a black house. You got to make the best plate for later first, and then you just eat what you did.
I was raised bougie.
Yeah.
I'm like, make your plate for the house
What
first.
you mean? The foil plate always first.
Look, here's the logic behind it. If you make your to-go plate first and come back and the food is gone, you now have a plate already made in.
Duh, work smarter, not harder.
Right, don't wait for the second.
And I'm surprised that you don't know that, Jocelyn, because she is the monopolizer of a menu. She will know how to get everything for a bang for her buck.
Food finesser.
So, anyway.
So you guys are talking about Friendsgiving, which is a great concept. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that somebody changed Thanksgiving and was like, friends, we friends too, we can eat and break bread. And they came up with Friendsgiving. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome. I love that because it also reminds people that, family isn't just blood.
Exactly.
Or you can go out and you can do your thing with your people no matter how you know that person.
Yeah. And that you're thankful for your friends.
Right. Major key, Brother Mike.
Right. Now, I'm driving up north to go to my family for eat time. We're going to call it right now. And
you're going up to NorCal, right?
I'm going to NorCal, yeah. And
nice.
The most concerning thing, not for me, but for other participants in the travels but what if the lockdown happens? Are we still going? And my answer, yeah. Why? I don't understand how that would
Jesus will take the wheel.
I'm hungry.
We still need to eat.
I don't get it.
You're like, are you going to be hungry?
Right.
Then we're going.
Exactly. So, yeah, we're going. And
I'd rather be locked down where the food's at, to be honest.
Hello.
Exactly.
That's the point, is to be locked down where the food is. Now, if we went on lockdown mid-travel to the food, then you asked out, brother. I don't know what to tell you. Turn around and go back home.
We're essential. We have to get there.
So my logic behind the whole we're going no matter what, even if there's a lockdown, is, okay, I don't go out and do things much. My family up north doesn't do things much. We're good. Mm-hmm. We get checked in this house every now and then.
Yeah.
So we're straight.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to leave my house. We're going to sit in a chair for 5 hours and drive up north.
A moving chair.
Get out of that car. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go straight into another house. There's no issue there.
Right.
I don't see an issue.
I don't either.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's safe.
So whatever everybody does, listeners, whatever you guys are doing, whatever y'all two are doing, just be safe, man. Just do what you got to do to, you know what I mean, to stay healthy, because it's out there.
You too.
Man, it is.
And it's getting closer and closer to home. So, you know, just everybody needs to be safe. And you be safe on your travels because I know you're not going to not go, as you said.
Hello.
So,
I'm hungry.
be safe.
Hello. Like, I'm hungry. I don't know.
Right. Hello. And it got, this is probably
by the way.
Yes.
It's in the advertisement, but is Popeye still doing that turkey thing? I
don't know.
I forgot about
What were they?
that.
What did they do?
They were frying turkey.
Oh, see, I don't know.
No. They were selling turkeys that it's pre-seasoned and everything. Throw it in the oven. I swear to you, they sold out like PlayStation 5. I am not lying. They sold out. They sold out in like a day.
Wow.
Did you not, guys? Yeah.
So. I wish I was the one that came up with that idea.
I know, right?
What? Like, Popeye's turkey? And I heard it was fire.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? That's why I'm sitting here like, what?
Because that chicken sandwich, though.
And then imagine making sandwiches after with your leftover turkey with your Popeye's turkey. Imagine how lit those sandwiches will be.
The turkey soup.
I gotta go. I'm going to Popeye's right now.
Right, you're on your way now. Well, thanks for calling, Mike. We love you, and we'll have you back on soon. All right, be safe. Happy holidays.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, I never even thought about all of the capabilities of a Popeye's turkey after Thanksgiving. He just blew my whole mind. But first of all,
turkey salad.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm down to try it. But you know what I'm thinking about? The outside of the turkey, the skin, the crunchiness. I want to know
what it looks like right now.
I don't know. Has anybody ever had? Have you ever had one or seen one or known anybody that had one?
Only in my dreams.
Because I didn't even know that was a thing. That's why I was like,
I remember that because I remember seeing the. Well, I remember the fried that they would do it. I don't remember the
pre-seasoning and you cook it yourself. You know why? Because Popeyes was probably blowing up.
Right.
People probably didn't know what they were doing because that's already like not an easy thing to do. And could you imagine the people that work at Popeyes trying to fry a whole turkey now? Could you imagine that? Especially ones that are here. If like, they had
what kind of turkey you want?
The Popeyes on La Brea and Adams frying whole turkeys?
Or no, Jefferson La Brea.
Yep. I would lose my mind.
I'd be like, excuse me, you got a meat thermometer?
Man. Like,
I need to test that bad boy. Like, I don't know. I'd be like, can I see you wash your hands for 21 seconds, please?
21. 30?
I'm going to be there, look them in their face for my fried turkey, and wait however long for them to make it. Because I want them to see me there.
Yeah.
I feel like when you call somewhere, I want fried turkey, they're like, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They just throw you something in there and put it in the bag that says your name on it.
Yeah,
and they're like, here you go.
Yeah.
When they see your face, they're like, oh, you're here. Gotcha. She wants her turkey. And when I come looking for my turkey.
I've never had fried turkey.
They need to have my turkey. Fried turkey is delicious.
I've never even eaten the turkey thigh at Disneyland.
It's like the juiciest chicken breast you could have. Fried.
Okay.
Think about it like that.
Okay. Because I don't know.
It's like the juiciest chicken breast.
And then with Popeyes.
Because it's like that white meat. So it's kind of like,
Yeah. Nope.
It's got a little texture to it, but it's juicy.
But then again,
turkey.
I don't like a lot of Thanksgiving food.
Me neither.
I'm like, I don't eat stuffing.
Right. What's your most hated Thanksgiving food?
Stuffing and dressing. Because to me, they're the same shit. I only like them when they're made with cornmeal and not bread, I guess. Because I don't know which one is which, but I don't like either one. And I don't like...
To me, black folks make the cornbread. White folks make the bread. But sometimes people do half and half, a little mix, whatever. Get it how you live. Hey.
And I do not like yams or sweet potatoes. I like sweet potato pie.
No, I like sweet potato pie.
I don't like sweet potatoes. I don't really eat cranberry sauce. Like I said, canned cranberry sauce is life because I don't like certain textures. So cranberry, like when people make it, it's weird.
Because it's always lumpy.
Yeah, so I don't like that. And what else do you eat at Thanksgiving? That's it, right? You other than greens, I mean, I eat greens and shit.
Pie.
I eat that.
I don't know, cider. Do people drink cider for Thanksgiving?
I guess, yeah. It's
I think
fall
so,
thing.
huh? It's like fall.
But I don't like cloves. So sometimes when people make holiday ham, I don't fuck with it because I don't like cloves. So, but my number ones never are yams and dressing and stuffing. I don't really do that. Like, I have to like dressing or stuffing. Wait, which one is corn? Which one uses corn? Dressing or stuffing? Or are they the same thing? They're just called two different things by white people and black people.
When you get down to it.
Because I don't like either one, but then I do realize that when my grandma would make it, I did not like it. Sorry, Nana. When she made it, I didn't like it. But when my grandmother,
the white Mexican grandma,
when my grandmother Linda would make it, or somebody else on the other, when the Jacksons would make it, I would eat it. So
major key.
Either way, they're not my go-to. What don't you eat? You eat everything though, Thanksgiving.
First of all, period poo. I don't like sweet and savory, so yams, you gots to go. I will have one slither.
She just wants the schmear that goes on the plate.
Is it get sliced? I want one. Like the serving sizes they be giving you on them little videos on Instagram. That's the real serving size. That's the kind I really want. Everything else is hella extra. That I'm like, and that's just so my mom don't feel some type of way, so I can make sure I get some.
Your mom still owes me the green beans stuff.
She does.
From like 3 years ago.
For your birthday, right. Mm-hmm. Then Corona came and she said, I don't have to do anything. All my ties and everything I said out of the window. She was like, oh, well.
I'm not cooking for anybody.
She was like, the birthday passed, so the window's out the door. Better luck next year. Like,
do you eat cranberries?
I don't like that cranberry. Well, and then next, textures. But it's I'm definitely just like you. Not either way.
Oh.
The lumps is one thing. Because
the cans don't have lumps, though. It's just jelly.
I don't like how people be slicing that gelatinous.
It's not gelatinous.
No, but when they just...
That's because it's... and
slice it.
But that's how you know it's real. That's how you know it really came out the can.
I don't need you slicing it like that.
How are you supposed to eat it?
But I don't need you to do that to know it came out the can.
How do you want it to be served to you?
You're supposed to mix that bad boy up. You're not supposed to just slice it out the can like it's
Who
Spam.
Eats cranberry splatter on their plate? I've never seen cranberry chunk shit unless it's the kind that's made. From out the can? How else are you supposed to serve it? You want them to chop it up with a fork?
You mix it.
And then what?
Serve it.
Ew.
Like you would real cranberry sauce that was made.
I don't like. So why would you mix up something that's already set and ready for slicing purposes for serving sizes? Why would you want to mix that up and be like, here's a little shit ball of cranberry stuff. It looks like bird poop.
Why would you slice it? It makes, to me, that's like...
Ew, who are you?
Who are you? That is where am I? If I see sliced canned cranberry stuff, I'm like,
no.
Left.
If it's not sliced, I'm not eating it. Well, that just goes to show you how, as much as you guys think we like all the same shit and that we're Bobsy twins and 2 for 1 and all that stuff, we don't think the same on everything because I think she's a sociopath because she just said to mush up the cranberries.
Slicing canned food is not it.
It's supposed to be sliced. Anyway. But you don't even eat cranberries on the same plate. So, because that's going to be too sweet and tart for the rest of your food.
I'm going to refer to the directions.
She's going to be in the back of reading the can.
I'm going to go do my research. Don't worry. Next show, I'll have the answer, folks.
Ew.
Is cranberry in a can
So then which texture bothers you more? The canned cranberry or the cranberry that's made?
Both of them.
You don't like the textures of either one?
I'd rather do the canned one because it's not...
It's one solid texture versus multiple textures? Yeah, that's what I thought. But I don't like
sweet and savory, so I don't really want it anyway.
Yeah.
But I would prefer... But, you know, sometimes it can have its place. Sometimes I might get it just because everything else might... Depending on where I'm at, I might need that cranberry sauce.
to balance out some of the flavors.
Yes, so,
depending on who made stuff.
Yes.
I know that our tradition, my tradition in my family was usually to go to multiple people's houses on Thanksgiving and taste everybody's food and get a little bit of everything and go to like everybody's food, everybody's house, at least 4 houses, 5 houses.
Really?
Yeah. And
we
then
don't do no hopping.
And would come home. So I was always like funny about eating other people's stuff because I'm so used to house hopping that I was always kind of like, I don't know what this gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be. And one thing that always stayed gross is that cranberries. Like I'll eat it. I'll eat the canned ones, but anytime I would try to eat somebody else's like actual cranberry sauce, so I would just stick to the can.
It's something I always tried to eat because I felt like it was a part of Thanksgiving, and then I really was like, bruh, this always ends up on my plate.
But why do they put cranberries on like everything during Thanksgiving? Like every sandwich has cranberries in it.
It's something about the acidity cuts the denseness of the turkey.
I don't have time for science in my sandwich. I just want to eat turkey without berries.
I don't know.
But
maybe I'll look that up too. But I did see that Ocean Spray video about they were pretty much the forefront for the canned
community.
Cranberry.
the canned cranberry community.
The canned cranberry community is Ocean Spray. And it started in like the 1930s or something like that, or 1940s, I think. But they're pretty much responsible for most of the cranberry juicing. And I didn't realize they were the ones behind the can.
Yeah. Revolution.
I was like, oh. Yeah. That's why it's really a thing.
Yeah.
And Ocean Spray. And then I was like, no. Really? I said, that was Ocean Spray? I was like, that's what that can says on it? I know, like, I could be like, oh, that can. But you couldn't have told me it was Ocean Spray, and I'd have been like, yeah, it's Ocean Spray. Yeah. I thought they just all made it.
Well, I know that I probably won't be eating cranberries, though, this Thanksgiving. Considering, sorry, Ocean Spray, but I'm not going to be eating it because I'm not going anywhere for Thanksgiving. I'm going to be home. So, you know.
Well, you might be able to come to my house.
Maybe. Probably not.
Maybe we can have Thanksgiving
outside
on the porch.
Okay, we could do that. Because I was like, probably not. Kim's not going to let me inside. That's fine. I already know. It's cool. You know what it is. But at the end of the day, Thanksgiving, it's going to be different this year. It's going to be weird, but
Turkentine.
Hopefully everybody just stays safe for their Turkentine and, you know, gets your Instacart groceries on, gets you, who else sells meat and stuff that you, Boston Market.
Amazon.
All
Prime,
that stuff.
Amazon
You know what I'm saying? Like people.
Whole Foods delivery.
Hopefully people are just going to deliver their food and watch a good movie. I know I personally want to watch Jingle Jangle on Netflix.
I want to watch that.
So just sit back, watch some movies, and stay safe. And don't be so worried about, you know, what you're missing. Because honestly, you're not missing much. Everything is shut down. The longer everybody tries to go outside, the more Christmases and Thanksgivings we're going to have like this. So I hope everybody stays safe and warm because Lord knows it's getting cold early.
Right. But then the other day it was like 90 degrees.
Right. But it's still cold, you know? So we had that one day because we're LA and we don't know what weather is. So everybody, I hope you guys stay safe. I hope everybody has a great Turkentine considering the circumstances.
Yes.
And until next time.
Until we meet again.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and like our page on Facebook. And tune in 2 weeks on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for our next show.
Yeah.
And stay up to date so you know what we're going to be talking about. And leave us some messages. Contact us. Reach out. If you guys are interested in being a guest, we're always welcome.
Always.
If you guys have something you want to talk about, let us know. We're open. We're open to take ideas, even suggestions. If you guys just got a good idea and you don't even want to be on the show.
Exactly.
Let us know.
Just let us know. So until we see you again, have a great night and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.